welcome to today's video. We are talking beauty favorites. Buckle up, it's gonna be a long one. It's been a minute since I've done a beauty favorites video. We're talking about a lot of different topics today. We're talking snacks, body care, skincare, makeup. So my recommendation is for you to get a snack, get a drink, get cozy, and let's go. Let's go ahead and get into these favorites. Let's go ahead and jump into my favorite snacks, food items, things that are not really skincare and makeup related. So the first thing is the iced lattes. Let me give you a little bit of a backstory. I drink coffee every single morning. I honestly can't start my day without it. I've been wanting an espresso machine for the longest time. And I almost bought one when we first started moving into this new house. And I thought, set up a little coffee bar, all the vibes, the glass cups, straws, the mugs, all the things, right? And then I started looking at the cost of the pods, and my husband was like, that seems kind of expensive. So when we went to Costco, we saw the case of pods for the Nespresso machine that was like $77. It was like 76 and change for 30 some pods. And I thought, that's not even gonna last me a full month. So he's like, that's gonna be quite expensive to keep up with the cost of this machine. And he's right, it does get expensive. I have a Ninja coffee maker that does grounds and K-cups. That's what I use in the morning, and I will link my favorite K-cups that I use in the morning. I have to have coffee. Like hot coffee in the morning is my thing. But an iced latte though, this doesn't look that pleasant because I've been drinking and sipping on this as I've been getting ready for this video. But let me just tell you, I'm gonna just insert a video of me making this recipe, and I don't have exact measurements when it comes to the creamer, the almond milk that I use. I just pour it until I get to where I want it to be. And that's kind of what you can do. You can tailor this anyway. Any flavor creamer you want. You can do cold foam, skip it if you want, but it's actually delicious. And it's not that expensive, the cost per latte when you make it at home, as opposed to going to a coffee shop. Like Starbucks, who? Don't know her. I can do this all on my own at home. I actually ordered larger size glass cups with glass straws because I just need more. I feel like this 16-ounce one is just not enough. So that larger cup size I think is gonna be great for me to do kind of like a mid-morning latte to get that little extra kick in, because I've been getting up early, kind of starting to get into that rhythm of early mornings for back to school. It's already that time of the year. I can't even believe it. I know. Same, right? Where did the summer go? So anyways, back to the lattes. It's incredibly easy to do. I love the espresso powder that I use, and when it froths up with the milk frothing tool, it's incredible how thick and frothy just the powder and water get. I couldn't even believe it the first time I made it. My mind was blown, okay? And I've been hooked ever since, and I do this every single day, and I only do one of these a day plus my hot coffee, so it's kind of like having two coffees, except this one has just a little bit more espresso to it because, like I said, I need a little bit of a pick-me-up. I have 4 kids, and I have school runs, pickups, drop-offs. I'm gonna be a tired mama, so I need it. Anyways, it's pretty simple. You just need some water. You can do cold water, hot water, or room temp water. Filtered, bottled. If you drink tap, sure, use that. You will need, obviously, some ice to make this very cold. The amount of ice is up to you. That's the great thing about doing this at home. You can make your own adaptation of this latte, add creamers, sweeteners, flavor things to it. So you need that. Obviously, the little tool to mix things is ideal. You don't have to have it, but it does make a difference. I use unsweetened vanilla almond milk. I also have my creamer, which is a Starbucks creamer, and it's absolutely delicious. The cold foam, though, is like the cherry on the sundae. It's the brown butter chocolate chip cookie flavor, and it is so, so good. I am so hooked on that cold foam that I actually have backups in my fridge. At one point, I had 3, and I'm down to my last 2 because I'm going through these like crazy, especially now doing these lattes. If you haven't tried that cold foam, it's got that extra little sweetness on top that you can put on, and again, add as much or as little as you like. I've also added a little bit of cinnamon to this to kind of make it a little special, and it's just so fun. I've been enjoying it so much to be able to do my own coffees, and I actually look forward to it. So it's kind of like my little special me time that I do the little bit of latte, and I can't wait till my new cups from Amazon get here because I'm ready. I'm ready for a big serving. So I will link to everything down below. I do get my glass cups from Amazon, so I will link those as well. But it's so easy to do, and it's absolutely delicious. I can literally just drink this all day long. It is so good. I know that drinking that much coffee in a day is probably not healthy. Everything in moderation, so I'm just allowing myself to have one, but it's very good. And I'm gonna pat myself on the shoulder because I figured it out, and I'm sharing it with you because if you like lattes or cold iced coffees, you should probably try this. We gotta talk. My next snack, okay? You can get these at any grocery store. This large size is from Costco. I love Costco. That is like where I do my grocery shopping. I love Costco. I do Super Target. I love me some Publix. Don't get me started on that. Anyways, they're called popcorners, okay? So they have a little bit of sweetness because it is the kettle corn style. A little bit of sweetness, but it's not overly sweet. I like popcorn, but I'm not the biggest fan of movie theater popcorn. I think sometimes it's like soggy. We've made it at home. My kids love popcorn, especially my daughter. Well, my 6-year-old. I have 2 daughters and I have 2 sons. But my 6-year-old, she loves popcorn. We got these because my son, my youngest, had a small bag from like a variety box mix that I think I also got at Costco, and I didn't realize how good these were. When I found out how good these actually were, I went back and I bought another bag. Since moving into this house, I've been in this house for not even a full month. I've gone through 3 bags. Yeah, 3 bags. So it's a little bit healthier than, I guess, potato chips, but I just love the flavor. And it says 2 grams of protein, 3 grams of added sugar. So it's not that much sugar. I have a major sweet tooth, if you haven't noticed already. I love anything sweet. Candies, cookies, cupcakes, anything. Pastries, you name it. Let's go. All day, every day. It's not healthy. Obviously, I get it. So I only eat these at night when I sit down to watch a show, a movie. So while my kids are eating actual popcorn, I'm eating these. And they're so good. So let me open the bag. Let me show you. That's what they look like. Just, it almost looks like a regular chip, right? And it's so, so good. Another good thing about popcorners is that they give you that crunch. So if you wanted to maybe swap out chips, if you like kind of like a crunchy snack, these are actually really good. I'm not claiming to be a super healthy gal when it comes to eating. Everything in moderation, of course. I just really love these, and I find that this kind of satisfies that kind of sweet tooth. I think I should actually put these down on the ground. It satisfies that sweet tooth and that craving for something sweet, although my next snack, it's way sweeter than these. So I just like these, and I can't get enough of them. And I like how it has like a little bit of a popcorn flavor, but it also kind of tastes like kettle corn, but not overly sweet. So anyways, I thought I'd share because I do enjoy these as well. This is my next snack that I want to share with you. I got them at Costco. Like I said, I love shopping there, and they had these as a sample. And that's one of the perks of going to Costco is that you get to have samples. And the day that I discovered these was the day they were giving them out for samples. And the sweet lady there, she was an older lady. She was like, "You're in for a real treat." Because she asked me if I tried this. I said no. I was there solo, and I decided to try it. Little sweet treat for the day. Again, I love sweets, so I'm like, yep, give me a sample because I'm ready for it. And she's like, "You're gonna be in for a treat because these are delicious." And she was right. I'm not the biggest fan of s'mores. Every now and again, sure, for the old childhood nostalgia of making the s'mores, roasting the marshmallows, yeah, okay, we'll do it. But it's not something that I crave. But these, you have that graham cracker at the bottom. You have the fluffy marshmallow, and they use smaller marshmallows. You have that chocolate, all the components of a s'mores. But this is different because it has caramel in it, and it just gives it a different taste, a different twist to it. And it's kettle cooked caramel, so it's a little bit softer. The caramel feels just a little bit creamier than typical caramel candies or little caramel squares, which I don't like those because they're so sticky and they just stick to your teeth, and I cannot stand that. This is what they look like. Do you see? It's like a cluster, right? And then on the inside, let me just break this up inside the bag. You get a little bit of that caramel pull. Do you see that? Stop, right? So the caramel on the inside, come on camera, is really soft. Do you see? And it's not hard. It doesn't feel like it's gonna pull a tooth out, or if you have fillings or crowns or any dental work, you're not gonna mess that up. It's got that crunch from the graham cracker at the bottom in like little pieces, that fluffy, soft marshmallow. It's divine. And I absolutely love these. And I had one of these last night as my late night snack. And I had to put this away because once you start eating these, it's gonna be hard to stop. You've been warned. So if that happens to you, don't blame me, okay? Because I already told you that it's gonna be something you're gonna eat a lot of. And that's what the back looks like, so you can see my camera. Come on, camera. It's trying to always find my face. There. Do you see? And so, if you look at the back, it has 1 gram of protein, okay? You get a little bit of calcium, a little bit of iron. That's all that's on there for good ingredients. So I consider it a food group, okay? That's what it is. It's a food group. 12 grams of sugar total, 10 grams of added sugar, so 12 total. And that's probably because the caramel itself is very sweet. That's pure sugar, really. That's the start of caramel. And you have the marshmallows. So yeah, there's some sweetness plus the chocolate, but it's so good. If you want something to end your day on a good note, or just like a little pick-me-up, just grab a cluster and all is well. Okay, so now that we're done with the whole s'mores thing, I had to put that bag away. I actually went back to put it in the pantry because if I have it here and I get it the side eye, I won't get this video done because I will eat that bag, okay? Let's talk body care. I had recently talked about getting a sunburn. I had some really intense sunburn. I was not anticipating getting that burned. I did not expect the sun to be so hot and intense. I swear it feels so different in the South. I live in Alabama now, and I'm telling you, the heat and the sun is just different than where I lived before, although it's the same sun, duh. But it just feels so different. And in the water, I feel like I've gotten darker really, really quick. So I have gotten a lot of color. You can probably see the difference between what my normal skin tone is and then my new tan skin. But I was red and irritated, and I went to Ulta and I bought a bunch of body care products to soothe that, to hydrate, prevent the peeling. First, start with my routine in the shower using hydrating, nourishing body washes. So Naturium has the Glow Getter body wash. They have it in the body butter and the oil. So I do the body oil first, or the body wash, sorry. Let's backtrack. The body oil wash in the shower, and it lathers really nicely. A little bit goes a long way, and it leaves the skin feeling really soft, really nourished condition. It doesn't strip the skin, doesn't disrupt the skin's barrier on the body. And when you have a sunburn or compromised skin, you need things that are gentle but effective at cleaning and adding that moisture back into the skin. And that's exactly what that body wash does. So I love that. So I use that in the shower to cleanse my skin, and it did a great job at soothing my skin without overly stinging or burning or just making it feel more painful than it already was. And then once I get out of the shower, I just kind of pat my skin dry, and then I go in with these next products. So since we were talking about Naturium, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the Glow Getter body oil. I have been going through this, as you can see. I'm almost halfway through this bottle. I use it every single day. I mix it into my Aveeno body lotion or the next lotion that I'm gonna show you. And it just has like a pump. Mine is kind of greasy. It's gonna happen. You kind of pumping this and mixing it in your hand and grabbing and going back for more. It's gonna get greasy, but it's very well loved. And I use this when I take my showers at the end of the day. Mix this into the lotion. You can do this on its own. So what I love about this oil is it's very soothing and hydrating to the skin. It does leave the skin with a beautiful kind of glow. Yes, there is the Glow Getter in the name, but truly because it's an oil with so many different oils that are so nourishing, so hydrating, it's going to give a beautiful glow. It doesn't feel super greasy either. On the back of this bottle, it has a list of different things. It's full of antioxidants and linoleic rich oils, which are super good for a healthy skin's barrier. It helps to give you glowing, replenished, and firmer looking skin. So I really do like this, and I like how it just kind of boosts the level of moisture from my everyday go-to moisturizer, which is typically the Aveeno, because I do get it in bulk at Costco in a 2-pack. It's just simple, straightforward body lotion. It's not anything fancy, and it works when you mix it with this oil, and they blend really nicely together. The other oil that I like is from Dr. Teal's. This is the moisturizing bath and body oil. This is the lavender essential oil scent one, and I use this mostly at night. This to me feels just slightly greasier than the Naturium, but it's still a very good one. I haven't used a whole lot of this one. You don't really need that much. You just need a tiny little bit. I like the scent of this for the nighttime baths because lavender is very calming and soothing to the skin. It smells so good. It smells like a spa. It immediately kind of feels comforting and soothing when you smell it. It feels great, especially if you have sunburn or if you've been outside and you want to replenish your skin from being out in the sun. You want to double up on moisture. This is a great thing to add. I got this at my local grocery store, which is Publix. This, I'm pretty sure you can find it anywhere, even online. And I think that they have a lot of other scents, and they do make a lot of bath salts. So that's kind of where I remember seeing the Dr. Teal's brand, is seeing all the different Epsom salts. So it's a good one to add to it, but I honestly go for the Naturium more than this one. This one has a nice scent, and I like that sort of kind of soothing, comforting scent right before bed. I think it's really nice. One of the lotions that I like to use to mix these oils in is the Hemps Glow Getter. I bought this when I took that trip to Ulta after getting some sun and just needing something a little extra. I know Hemps makes good lotions, and this one smells absolutely incredible. It is the bergamot and warm vanilla. I like to use this during the day because it has a little bit of shimmer, so it gives you some hydration, but it also makes your skin glow really beautifully. So that's what the packaging looks like. Really, really nice. The scent of this is absolutely incredible. They need to make this scent into a body spray or even a perfume. It smells sweet, but it also has a subtle kind of hint of vanilla. I'm not a huge like vanilla fragrance person, but this smells incredible. That bergamot, I love bergamot. I feel like it adds a little bit of an earthiness to it with a sweetness, with a little bit of fruity. It's just a little bit of everything. And when this comes out, it looks like it's light, but when you blend this into your skin, it just leaves such a beautiful glow. You do see the sparkles, not like big pieces of glitter, but you can tell that there's some sheen and shimmer to it, but it makes the skin look better. Like, this is the hand that I put it on. Of course, I still have the stain from the freckle pen that I used today, but this is the hand that has nothing. And you can tell a difference just in the way the hand looks. The glow and the hydration, it just looks better. And it smells incredible. My daughters love using it because of the sparkles. It's like that glowy lotion that makes them feel really special. And I like how it hydrates with that little bit of shimmer. So for example, like today that I'm wearing a top that has more of spaghetti strap, I got this top. It's from Wild Fable, I think is the brand, from Target. So I have exposed skin, and I will take a little bit of this and put it on my shoulders. You can put it on your chest and like massage this in, and it just gives, you see, when the light catches it, it just gives such a beautiful glow to the skin that looks hydrated, it looks healthy, but it's not like a cheap glitter, because I wouldn't be talking about it if it was like that, because I'm not down with that. But this just looks really pretty. I'm trying to cover up my little tan lines, but I just love it, and it smells absolutely incredible, and I'm here for it. Let's talk some fragrances, because it's been a while since we've talked fragrance in a video. I have a small collection of fragrances that I use, and I used to have a larger collection, and I kind of pared that down significantly. So I only have just a few. This one is actually a body mist. It's hair and body fragrance mist. It's from Phlur, and this is the Beach Skin, okay? This smells like summer in a bottle. They just took summer, beach, tropical, laying out in the sun, and just bottled it into a fragrance. I wish that this was an actual perfume, not necessarily just a body and hair mist, because those don't last as long. It's not as long lasting as a regular perfume that is much more expensive. This, oh my gosh, you have to smell this. Like, you immediately get those notes of vanilla, because that's one of the notes in this. It's a bunch of different things. So let me start. The top notes: bergamot, which we talked about, loving the bergamot in the lotion. So surprised it's in here. I love the way that smells. Ozonic Accord, pink pepper. The heart of the fragrance is Solar Accord, coconut. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I'm just going to put it on the screen because I'm not going to butcher that. Something coconut. And then melon. The base is sandalwood, vanilla, and musk. So I feel like the notes of this has that kind of vanilla scent, but then you get hints of that tropical coconut. It's grounded by that earthiness from the bergamot. You have a little bit of muskiness. That sandalwood is so kind of beachy, and oh, it smells divine. I absolutely love it. And every time I put this on and I walk past my husband, he's like, man, you smell really good. And he will give me the look like, okay, girl, you smell good, because it just smells incredible. And I will douse myself in this. I just want this in an actual perfume that's going to last hours, like an actual fragrance. But this, I just, like I said, I can't get enough of it, and I just spray it all over my hair, my body, my clothes, and it just smells good. It's good to put this on right after a shower. Now this next fragrance, let me just grab it, is very different. This was actually sent to me to try out, and I thought, let me just try it. It sounds so different than anything that I would ever purchase for myself, and I thought, let's just try it. See why is it so popular, this brand? And they sent it to me, so big thanks to Snif for sending me the fragrance. This is the Crumb Couture, okay? This, like I said, is so different. To be honest, if I read the description of this, that it's gonna smell like a croissant, I love croissants. I loved anything baked goods, pastries, yes, all day. Give it to me. I already told you this earlier. But to buy a fragrance that smells like croissants, I would never buy that. But something about it just works, and it just smells so good. So first off, the bottle, beautiful navy blue, has a magnetic closure, which is incredibly satisfying. It feels very hefty, very weighted, very luxurious feeling. It's not super expensive either. It is a gourmand scent. But you get that croissant pastry, like freshly baked pastry, and that smells incredible. That will, in and of itself, smell a home beautifully. The smell of pastries being made or bread being baked, like, come on, right? But then there's a sweetness. But what's interesting is that dry down from this fragrance that makes it so incredibly wearable, to the point where I was just shocked that I actually really like how this smells. And I'm gonna put it with the Phlur. And yeah, you get, it's wild. You get that croissant smell, right? Stay with me. That kind of buttery, flaky croissant. But then you get a bit of sweetness from a little bit of a vanilla to it. And it smells more like a pastry at the start, but once it dries down, I feel with my body chemistry at least, it kind of starts to have a little bit more depth to it. And it's a very interesting fragrance. And when I first put this on and I had my husband, I said, come and smell me and let me know what you think. I didn't tell him a thing about the fragrance. He was like, well, that smells good. I said, I bet you would never guess what this is. I said, it's a croissant smelling fragrance. And he looked at me like, he's like, what? So I pulled this up on their website so that you can see, or I can tell you the notes. So it smells like croissant accord, which I honestly didn't even know that was a fragrance note. Wild berry jam, black currant, toasted vanilla, tonka bean, and sandalwood. So sandalwood is in here, and it's also in the body mist that I talked about, the beach skin. I do like those scents. I feel like it kind of gives it a little bit of depth. It kind of grounds a scent a little bit. It gives it a little bit of earthiness, a little woodsiness to it. And I feel like it makes that croissant smell just something a little bit more tolerable and something that you would actually want to put on. And then you do get that toasted vanilla, but when that dries down, there is that sweetness, and that sweetness is those wild berry jams, the black currant that's in it. You get that tonka bean as well. I don't know, they just did something really different. So these are my two fragrances that I've been rotating, and like I said, Snif did send this to me, so a big thank you to them for even thinking of me to send it to me. I really do enjoy it, so thanks again, Snif. If you try it, please let me know what your thoughts are. Just give it a go. It's different. If you like gourmand scents, you may actually really enjoy this. If you like that vanilla, if you like a little bit of sweet, like a berry kind of sweet to it, and a little hint of sandalwood, I think you will really like this. And it's different. So you're not going to find someone, I don't think, in the same room that's wearing the same thing. It's just very unique. You've got to smell it to know what I'm talking about. Now that we got the body care and fragrances out of the way, let's talk skincare. I can sit here and talk all day long with you about skincare, show you my products, my routine, all that stuff. I love skincare products. I have a huge collection, but these are just some of my standout products. I'm gonna first start off with sunscreen, one of the most important things that you can do to protect your skin. This is the Naked Sunday Cabana Clear Water Gel Serum. It has an SPF of 50. I love this. This is what I used when I took my trip and went to Florida in June. I went to Disney World and Universal Studios with my kids and my husband, and we had the best time. And I didn't even get sunburn. And I'm surprised because we were out in the sun all day long. This is a nice sort of clear looking SPF. SPF tends to have a bad rap because it leaves a white cast. It smells too harsh. It's just not right. But this is a clear water serum. So I'm going to dispense some of it out. It does have a tint to it. As you can see, it looks white. But when you blend this in, it immediately goes clear. It doesn't stay white. You don't have to do anything crazy to make it blend in. You're not going to look like a ghost. It's not going to leave a white cast, and it works beautifully under makeup. So it's really essentially checking off every box. The sun protection, the easy to blend in, works with makeup. You can wear it alone. It has a little bit of an SPF scent, but it honestly does not smell bad at all. Not one bit. And when you blend this in, look at that. it just makes your skin look healthy. It gives it a nice dewy finish without looking greasy, without looking oily. Let's talk more skincare products. This product here, the half and half ceramides and peptides from Prequel. I have this sitting in my little rotating little tower for my skincare products, and you can tell how much I've used this product. I'm almost halfway with it. I use it every single day. I also kind of mix it into other things. I kind of alternate between different products, but this is half and half. It's half peptides and half ceramides. Those are two super essential things for optimal skin health, to protect your skin barrier, to have that bounce back, to give the health and the nutrients that your skin needs. Like it's the largest organ. You have to take care of it. So this is going to give you all of that. It is the most beautiful, milky consistency. This could be an ideal moisturizer for someone with very oily skin that wants like something very thin and minimal. I usually just pour it into my hand, but do you see the milkiness? And it just kind of starts to stream down a little bit. Let me tell you, this is like the milky, creamy toner slash moisturizer of my dreams, okay? It just feels so luxurious. It makes your skin feel better. It's doing wonderful things for your skin. I put this on my chest as well. When I had sunburn, I kind of brought my skincare down low as well onto my chest. No issues with peeling. I am a huge fan of Prequel skincare. I will talk about their products. I own almost every single thing that they make. And speaking of Prequel, another favorite of mine is the lip visor. This has SPF in it. It has an SPF of 30 PA+++, so you're getting a really nice protection on your lips, because your lips can also get sunburned. And we forget about the lips and the skin there, but it can get sunburned and it can peel and it can feel irritated by being exposed to the sun. So having something to protect that is super important. I love how this feels on the lips. It has a little bit of a shine to it. It's not ultra glossy, so men can use it as well. It doesn't even taste like disgusting SPF. I've had that happen, and let me tell you, that is a big deal breaker for me, for an SPF lip product to taste disgusting and leave like this bitter chemical flavor in my mouth that I can't get rid of, even if I brush my teeth, which yes, I have brushed my teeth, mouthwash, food, drinks, nothing will take it out of my mouth, and it's just so absolutely disgusting. That does not happen with this, and I love it. It comes in clear, and they also have a tinted version that has a little bit of pink. I use the clear. The next skincare product is Medicube. This is the Collagen Night Wrapping Mask. I've talked about this in a video talking about all my Korean skincare products when I first started my skincare journey using Korean products, and I have not looked back. In fact, since that video has been posted, I have bought so many different Korean skincare products, and they're amazing. This will give you the most incredible glow of your life. Like, you will put this on at night. So you do your skincare routine, all your steps, A to Z, whatever you want to do. Once that is done, you put this on, you let it dry for a few minutes, and then you go to bed. In the morning, when you wake up, you peel this off. It's like shedding off the top layer of your skin. Not really, you're just peeling off this mask, okay? But it's a peel off, and it comes off in a good size piece, not like little pieces where it's annoying and it takes too much of your morning routine trying to take this off. The glow that this will give your skin, you will not want to wash your face. I promise you that. You will look at yourself and you're like, I'm looking good. Glowy, dewy, hydrated, all the things. All of the things in one. It's got collagen, which is super important for your skin to give you that bounce back. And we lose collagen as we get older. So having that in this, and it's so affordable. I use this almost every single night. You can tell it's well loved. I adore this. I love putting this on. My kids think I look like a freak when I'm pulling this off my face, but I love it, and it's part of the experience, and it makes your skin so incredibly soft and so glowy and radiant. Once you try this, there will be no going back. I promise you that. You're gonna wanna have this restocked always. The last skincare product is an ingredient, azelaic acid, that I've been using for many, many years. This one, however, is a newer product in my rotation. I've been using the Anua skincare brand. It's Korean for several months now. This is my second bottle of this serum. It has a green tint. Don't be scared. Don't worry. It doesn't look green when you put it on. It is the Azaleic 10% plus hyaluron. It's going to hydrate the skin, but azelaic acid is great for keeping your skin clear. I am someone who has had really bad acne in the past, and I have some scars that still linger to this day, and they're just gonna be there. You have that phase of post-pigmentation from breakouts that take a long time. So azelaic acid helps to keep the skin more clear, kind of balance out the tone of the skin, and just give you a really nice even tone. Even though the name acid is in this name, it's not scary. It's not going to make your skin irritated, red. It actually is soothing. It helps with the redness. So if you have red marks, pigmentation, rosiness, rosacea, any of those things that causes flushing to the skin. Azelaic acid is going to help kind of tone that down, but also kind of even out the skin tone. And I honestly can say that by incorporating azelaic acid into my routine, I've noticed my complexion is much more even. It's more minimized. Any sort of pigmentation, any redness from breakouts goes away a lot faster, and my skin just looks better. And I think it's because I've been using azelaic acid for many years, and I do love this serum. And like I said, it's affordable. This is my second bottle, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I use this every single morning without fail. I use azelaic acid before going with my moisturizers, and it works beautifully with all of my concoctions that I do in the morning. And if I do it at night as well, it works too with my nighttime skincare routine, so it is an absolute must for me. Let's zip on through the beauty products, the makeup. So the first one is actually a product that I took with me when I went to Disney. This was the Blurring Skin Tint with SPF 30 from CoverGirl. I used to wear the shade 410 Fair Neutral. This is way too light for me right now, so I would have to add bronzing drops to this. This is what I used every single day. It does have the SPF 30. I did use my Cabana Clear. Where did I put it? SPF from Naked Sundays first, and then let that dry and go in with this. Has such a beautiful finish, and the coverage, when you read skin tint, you may think, hey, that's gonna be a little bit sheer, a little bit more lightweight. It is lightweight, doesn't feel heavy at all, but the coverage is gonna surprise you on this. This gave me coverage like foundation. I didn't even use actual foundation there because this is what I used. It's beautiful and it has a beautiful soft matte look to the skin that looks blurred and smooth, but it wasn't dry, it wasn't heavy, and it wore really well considering I was in the sun and in the Florida heat and humidity. First time I used it, I was like, okay, this is nice, but it didn't wow me. The more I used it, the more I fell in love with this product, and it's honestly so surprising that I actually like a complexion-based product from CoverGirl, because I usually don't have a lot of complexion-based favorites from this brand specifically, but that is beautiful. They did a great job with it, and I love that. This next product is fairly new to my collection. I just posted the video review on the Doll 10 makeup products. I had seen this brand for many years, kind of wanted to try it, kept forgetting about it, on the back burner, finally did it. And the foundation, the TCE, This Covers Everything, was so incredibly impressive that I have to give a shout out in this video, because this has such a beautiful look, and the amount of coverage, this actually is full coverage, but it looks so good. It honestly looks like you're applying a filter onto the skin. I use a beauty blender and I still had full coverage. That was what impressed me the most. Not just how it looks, but the fact that my beauty blender did not eat up the product and not eat up the coverage, because damp sponges will minimize your foundation. And by that I mean the foundation gets absorbed into that sponge, so when you're using full coverage on the beauty sponge has been slightly dampened, you do kind of lose a little bit of that full coverage quality of it. But with this foundation, you don't. You absolutely don't. You still get that. And I actually do add liquid bronzer to this. I actually add the one from Natasha Denona into it, and it's really good. I love that formula on its own as a bronzer, but mixed in, that's what I use to make this match, because mine is the ferric tone. And this is obviously not the right color because I am not fair right now, but this is so beautiful. It took me so long to try it, and I've been reaching for this. If I'm going to do foundation, I've been reaching for this a lot, and I think it's stunning. The way it looks on the skin, it's a yes. It's 2 thumbs up for me. Okay, wow, so we have wrapped up a beauty favorites video. We've talked about body care, makeup products, skincare. We've talked about snacks, my go-to iced latte. We've talked about so much today, and I haven't done it in a minute. I have not sat down and done a beauty favorites video, and it feels good to share some of my favorites. I do want to get into the rhythm of doing these more often and sharing with you guys more things. If you like the style of video, please let me know in the comments so I can continue doing them and just producing content that you want to actually see. So let me know what you want to see from me next. But these products are just incredible. I'm looking down at them and they just make me happy. And I hope that if you try them out, you will love them as much as I do. As always, everything is going to be listed and linked for you down below. Share with me in the comments your favorites for this past month, or what are your favorites for the summer? What are some of your go-tos? If you have any recommendations that you think I should try, please let me know. I'll go out and buy them and give them a go. Thank you for being here, for watching. Take care, you guys, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.